Civilization or Barbarism, an Authentic Anthropology by Dr. Cheikh and Diop. Medicine was thus practiced at three different levels. 1. There was, besides physicians and magicians, the paramedical body of Sekhmet's priests who guaranteed celestial or miraculous healing, as do our marabouts and the saints of the revealed religions, or the water of lords. One could be physician and magician in one. The Egyptian physicians were the ones who first had the idea of taking the pulse. 2. There were general practitioners as well as specialists in different diseases. Medical practice, like the priesthood, was hereditary, just as the priest passed on his knowledge, sacred words, rites, etc., to the one among his children chosen to succeed him after his death. So did the physicians pass his knowledge on to, oh, yes, son, knowledge on to the son who was to succeed him. Is it necessary to say that the situation is the same in Black Africa today? And it is the poor conditions of the transmission of this hereditary knowledge that bring about the frequent losses and the slow down the development of a true science. However, the physician could complete his training at an educational institution called the House of Life, where scholars lived who specialized in the different disciplines, as well as directors of workshops in charge of writing or recopying papyruses. That is how the papyruses were composed that have lasted until today. 3. Often the physicians were officials who, in some cases, gave free treatment. On military expeditions, for instance, there was the court physician, the chief physician of the North, of the South, etc. Clement of Alexandria cites, among other things, the works that the physician had to know. The Smith Papyrus speaks of 48 cases of bone surgery and of external pathology. Its scientific consciousness has won the admiration of modern scientists. It is not a collection of prescriptions, but rather a veritable treatise on bone surgery. The method indicated by the papyrus for the treatment of the dislocation of the lower jaw was copied by Hippocrates and modern scholars. The clinical observations have great precision and do honor to the surgeons of the ancient empire, 2600 BCE, who lived 2,000 years before Hippocrates. They were the first to practice suturing and to use wooden splints for fractures. The African healer proceeds, as in the latter case, to treat a fracture. The Egyptian surgeons had reached the peak of their art from the Memphite epic onward, at least in the domain of bone surgery. Everything about them is to be admired. Their ingenuity, their good sense. End quote. We'll pause right here and continue back. Civilization or Barbarism. We're in chapter 16. I'm Uriel Riley. Hi, it's Harley.